Hey there folks, today I'd like to take a casual peek into the Tron Legacy Sam Flynn action figure by Spin Master. This figure set was first released in October of 2010, and I found this figure set at a Toys R Us for $8. As you can see here in the package, this is a 4-inch version of Sam Flynn. Spin Master calls their 4-inch line the core figures. You can see he comes with a couple of accessories, a identity disc and a baton, and back there you can see the display base. It's kind of neat. And this figure does light up when you push the button in the back. We'll take a look at that in a second. Taking a look at the back of the package here, you can see a description of Sam Flynn here. And also a picture of Sam Flynn with all of the features there, and also a content list. And down below you can see here core figures work with the vehicles, and you can see the light runner there. And also the core figures, the other core figures in Series 1. We have Sam Flynn, Clue, Rinsler, Blackguard, Kevin Flynn, and Clue's Sentry. Let's go ahead and open up this figure out of the package, and we'll be right back. Alright, we have the core Sam Flynn figure out of the package. Let's go ahead and take a look at all of the items that came with the figure. And first off, we have this instruction sheet in a trillion different languages, and it's all wadded up. And I won't open this thing up. If you really want to see the contents of this, take a look at my core Rinsler figure video. I show you all the different languages this sheet comes in, and it's just a pain to go through this, so I'm gonna skip it in this video. And next thing we'll take a look here is the display base, which is kind of neat. It's color matching Sam Flynn's colors here. I don't know if it's supposed to be blue or white, but both the figure and the base is white. But in the movie, I think it's a very light blue, almost white, but not quite white. But it's still kind of neat for this display base to look like an identity disc. I think it's rather neat. And it's got 2 pegs, one for each foot on there. It's pretty plain on the bottom. And as you can see, he really doesn't need the display base. So you can get him in a few poses without it. But it's still kind of neat that they added this on there. It's kind of cool. Next thing we'll take a look at is the baton, which is attached to Sam's leg here. And it's attached via a peg on Sam's leg. And you can see the peg hole here for the baton. And this baton is quite bent. It was bent in the packaging. And it's made of a soft plastic, so you can really shape it to how you see fit. But after a while, it'll go back to its natural position, but that's alright. But this thing, I'm seriously thinking about just gluing onto his leg, because I think I can just easily lose this. And I think he can, I haven't tried it yet, but I think he can grip the baton pretty well, as you can see right there. So, that's the baton, and next thing we'll take a look is the identity disc, and you can see that Sam is holding on to it quite well as well. And here you can see some of the details of the identity disc there. Kind of neat. And unfortunately, this disc does not attach to the back of the figure like the deluxe figure. Instead, they have a pre-molded disc there, unpainted as you can tell, to go around the button for the light up feature for this figure. so you really can't mount the disc onto there, so which is unfortunate. So it's either going to be just flying around de-resing people, or in his hand there. Taking a look at the Sam Flynn figure, and I have to say that this is actually a pretty nice figure. At first I really preferred the 7-inch deluxe Sam Flynn figure, mainly for the impulse projection, but after playing around with this figure, I actually like this one just a little bit more, mainly for the articulation. This one's a little bit better articulation than the deluxe figure. You can get it into a lot more poses than the deluxe figure. Just the joints, especially around the legs of the deluxe figure, you can't quite get the range of motion that this figure can. So even despite the impulse projection, I actually like this figure a lot better. You see some details here, especially the head sculpt here with the glass-like visor. It's actually pretty neat. This is more accurate to the movie, not quite as close, but a lot better than the deluxe version of Sam Flynn. The Sam Flynn one, because of the impulse projection, has a totally different head sculpt. It's just not quite as close as what's in the movie, but this one is, and it's kind of neat. I've seen some other Sam Flynn figures on the pegs, and there is one unfortunate thing, is that because of the curvature of the plastic, the concave produces a sort of a magnifying effect on some of the figures, or the eyes are magnified, and it's this case as well, but not as much as the other ones. This one's actually pretty good. You can see right there. It's not too bad. So alright, I really like this particular figure. It's very nice. And the highlights on the this figure is actually pretty well done compared to some of the other ones I've seen. Some of it's a little bit fading, like the Rinsler figure. It was the highlights were a little faded, but this one's nice and bright on there, and it's all throughout the body. The only thing that they missed here is the, I think it's the number 3 on the back of his leg here, on the behind the calf. They didn't highlight that one, and the number is highlighted on the deluxe figure, but not this one here. So that's not too bad on there. That's minor to me. As for the light up feature, you just go ahead and press the button here. And let me just turn off the light here, and just go ahead and press it, and you can see it's pretty bright on there. It's kind of neat, and it lasts for about, I think, 5 seconds. So that's kind of cool. And the detail on this one is not as detailed as the 7-inch version, but still it's quite detailed. You can see some of the mesh here on the torso. You can see some line details on the non-highlighted areas. It's kind of neat on there. I quite like this figure. And going over the articulation of the Sam Flynn figure here, the head does go all the way around. It does go up and down very slightly, not too much. The arms do go all the way around. They do go out and in, and they also rotate at the upper bicep there. And the elbows do bend, and they also rotate when the arm is straightened out. The hands go all the way around. No torso articulation because of the light up feature and the battery compartment there. And no waist articulation as well. And the legs are joined at a ball hinge joint, which is quite fluid. It's not very hard to move the legs at all. It's actually nice and fluid here, and you can actually manipulate the ball joint to get his legs into a variety of positions, so that's quite nice. It's not stiff or hard to access. On the knees, they do bend and go all the way around. And the feet also are on a hinge swivel joint, so they go up and down and all the way around. So overall, I'm quite impressed with this 4-inch version of Sam Flynn. I like it quite a bit. A little bit more than the deluxe version of Sam Flynn. And I highly recommend this figure for a Tron fan, especially if going to get the vehicles to go with the core figure. I think this is a nice figure to get. But this is my casual peek into the Tron Legacy Sam Flynn core figure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.